Good morning, good people. What's good? What's good with you? Mainman Mademan here. Up early in the morning, about to go hit this basketball court. Got to get my coffee in. So I thought, while I'm kind of getting my shit together, when I just sit in and talk some boxing, you know what I'm saying? So, what's good with everybody this morning, man? We'll give people some time. I guess, spread this thing around. Y'all know how I usually do. My live streams are usually kind of random. I don't announce them. I don't really tell nobody. I just do them when pretty much I feel like it. You know what I'm saying? So no one pretty much knows about this live stream. Just starting, about to have some coffee, and we're gonna talk some good old boxing, man. Real talk, man. So real talk, man. What's up, Sean? What's up with you, man? How you feeling, man? We've been getting some good fights, good man. You know what I mean? We've been getting some really good fights, man. I've been tuning into your vids, bro. Keep doing what you're doing, man. Love what you're doing. Real talk, man. Real talk. Good morning to everybody, man. We are having coffee this morning all year. Yeah, real talk. Real talk. Having coffee this morning, man. We about to talk some boxing, man. We about to talk some boxing. So let's talk about the obvious thing first, man. Let's get the 400, 800-pound gorillas out the room. Let's talk about this Deontay Wilder, Anthony Joshua situation so we can just get it out the way, right? First and foremost, this is the issue that I have. Anthony Joshua is here. Anthony Joshua is here in America. Correct me if I'm wrong. He is here in America, and he's running around to everybody. He's at games. He's on Stephen A. Smith's show. Where the hell is Wilder? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he is a liar. No question about that, legendary boxer. But, right now is a great opportunity, I think, for Wilder to pull up, bruh. I want to see this. Good morning, Brooklyn child. Good morning to you, man. I want to see Wilder pull up, man. Why AJ is here, bruh. I swear I want to see that dude pull up, man. I don't see any reason why Deontay Wilder is not pulling up. We know this dude was at the game. We know this dude was at Stephen A. Smith's show. We know this dude gonna be on what, Jimmy Kimmel or whenever one of these nighttime shows. The guy needs to pull up, man. I want to see Deontay Wilder pull up. I remember a few months ago when I made a suggestion that when they were saying that should Wilder go over to the UK, and everybody was like, "Nah, man." And I was like, Wilder was cool with it too. And I was like, I wanted them to go over there and boss up and get up in that arena, man, and jump up in the face of Anthony Joshua. I wanted to get the crowd riled up. And I just don't get it, man. And now that this dude is here, I want the same thing. I don't want to see Anthony Joshua running around America talking all this bad talk about Wilder. You know what I mean? And I don't see Wilder pulling up. Pull up, Wilder, please, bro. Pull up. You know what I mean? Put it in this dude's face. The whole time they've been building this fight up, they have yet to have a face-to-face. I don't recall one time they've been face-to-face. One of these basketball games, I don't know anything, man. Pull up, Wilder. This is your opportunity. I'm not going to jump on it too much because AJ is still here. So I'm just going to give Wilder the benefit of the doubt right now and say he is going to pull up. Yeah, I know, but none of us really have no idea what's going on, Sean. That's the reason I stopped talking about it so much, man. None of us really knows what's going on behind the scenes, and if Deontay Wilder does not pull up on AJ while he's here, it's gonna make me think that they actually are making this fight. Like, it's gonna make me think that behind the scenes, certain things are being coordinated purposely, and that's just the way it's gonna go. Morning, Karan, how you doing, man? Appreciate you for being here. Real talk, man. It's going to make me think a certain type of thing. So Deontay Wilder, while Anthony Joshua is here in this country to get the casual fans engaged, to get everybody engaged. Brooklyn child, you don't think Wilder should do that? Yeah, no question about it. Joshua definitely needs to sign the contract. The $50 million, look, without a doubt, Wilder's the A side. He did everything the way he's supposed to do things. But the point I'm making is that AJ is here. You know what I'm saying? He's in this country. I'm not saying Wilder need to go overseas. I'm saying he is here. I want to see Wilder pull up on that dude, cameras all around him, wherever it may be, catch him on the street, catch him on the sidewalk, catch him walking to his car. I don't care, man. You know what I mean? He has to pull up. You know what I mean? Look, think about what pulling up would do. Y'all remember when Shannon Briggs was running around chasing Vladimir Klitschko all around the world? Found him in a lake, found him in a restaurant, took his food. I'm eating what you eat, champ. I'm eating what you eat, champ. You know what I mean? Like, that shit got stuff geared up, bro. You know what I mean? That shit got stuff turned all the way up, man. And that's the thing I wanted to see, man. And sometimes, even though Wilder did call a bluff of Anthony Joshua with the $50 million, sometimes you just got to do a little bit more, man. Yeah, he never fought Briggs. Yeah, he never fought Briggs. But you got to admit, though, but Briggs did get the fans engaged. And that's the purpose of AJ supposedly being here, right? to get the fans engaged and to get the casual minds engaged, things like that. So when you want to do these things, you got to turn it up, man. You got to turn it up. Yeah, you got to turn it up, man. So that's all I'm hoping, man. I'm not asking for too much. I'm just asking for Wilder to just pull up, approach AJ, get that face to face. Hearn is not even here. You know what I mean? Like, you can just catch this dude, pull up, man. It could be a big scene, all that, man. Wilder don't need to put on the show for us. No, not for us, Brooklyn Child. It's not for us. It's for the casuals. It's for the other people. The reason that they supposedly not have made this fight, right? They supposedly, people think it's an argument about, they want to have it in the UK or they want to have it in America. The fact of the matter is they want it bigger. You know what I mean? They want it bigger. And in order for them to make it bigger, they have to turn up. Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao, man, one thing you got to give hats off to them, even though it was a 5-year buildup, they met at a basketball game. That basketball game face-off sent echoes around the world. You know what I mean? These are the things you got to do, man. That's all I'm saying. I want to see this fight. Wilder is the A side. That $50 million puts him on top. But the fact is, we got to turn up on this dude, AJ. He's trying to take the A side back. He's running around talking to people like Stephen A. Smith who don't know jack crap about boxing. You know what I mean? He's humiliating Wilder, and I don't see anything. Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, look, man. I'm at this point. I just don't know what's going on. And Wilder's hit the $50 million. Now it's an argument about whether it's in the UK or whether it's in the US. If we're getting down to these like last little one or two details, that's always a good sign. You know what I mean? But yet and still, man, I want to see Wilder turn it up, man. Hey, so what y'all think about this Adrian Bronner deal, man? What y'all think that this Adrian Bronner thing about Eddie Hearn and Adrian Bronner? If you turn down $50 million and pull up won't force him. You got a great point, legendary boxer. You got a great point. Yeah, $50 million. I don't understand how he turned down $50 million, man. And I just don't get it, bro. I just truly don't get it. But I'm trying to wait it out, and I'm trying not to go off too much because, like I said, the man is still here. We don't know how this thing is really going to end. But back to the Adrian Bronner. Bronner's already making $2 million. Yeah, I mean, I seen the report this morning by Showtime and or the tweet by Showtime. And they're stating that, Eddie Hearn should be ashamed of himself for making that type of offer, as if Broner doesn't already get more than what the $2 million. Yeah, man, Eddie got to understand, yo. AB ain't stupid. The dude been making money for a long time, man. He's going to have to dig deep. But I'm going to say this. Remember what Floyd Mayweather said. Remember when Floyd Mayweather and Adrian Bronner was going through their little situation, and Floyd Mayweather was like, what does AB stand for? Always broke. You know what I mean? He was like, well, you fighting on fight advances and things like that. And when we heard that, I was saying to myself, oh, snap, Broner better secure his future. You know what I mean? He better do what he got to do. I don't know what he's doing with Robert Easter Jr. Word on the curb is that Robert Easter Jr. is not with AB Promotions no more. But, I don't know what he's doing, man. But yet and still, AB better make sure that this is the right decision for him. To turn down $6.7 million for 3 fights, most fighters would jump at that offer. But AB is bringing a special element to your camp when you bring him on board, man. Yo, he is bringing so much attention. He is going to up your numbers in one way or another, and he's going to provide exactly what Eddie Hearn has been looking for. So for that matter, Eddie Hearn got to dig a little deeper, man. Eddie Hearn got to dig a little deeper. You don't know, when you getting Adrian Bronner, man, you getting a lot of shit, man. Like, you got to understand what you're getting, Joe. Real talk, man. Hey, shawty, man, my girl made this coffee, man. This coffee is bomb. Trust me. Gourmet shit. But real talk, man. Like, so, I mean, I hope Adrian Bronner knows what he's doing, man. I don't want to be reading no bad stories about this dude down the line, man. And I hopefully he just got everything under control. That's the only thing I can hope, man. I'm a big fan of Adrian Bronner. I want to see the dude succeed, but Eddie Hearn got to understand. Don't come over here with that bullshit. You cannot come over here with that bullshit. You have to come correct. This is not the UK. These fighters have been spoiled. Al Heyman has effectively spoiled a lot of his fighters. And you got to understand when you're making offers with these dudes, man. Yeah, hit that like button, folks, man. I appreciate that, legendary boxer. When you make an offer to these PBC fighters, you got to come correct. And that's something that Eddie Hearn, because he's rushing right now and all of these deadlines and all of this stuff, yo, he better understand who we dealing with here. Broner is a coon show. Can't support that dude. Yeah, I understand, man. If you feel like that about Broner, I can never go against that, bro. Because A lot of people feel like that about Adrian Broner, man. He's turned a lot of people off, and he's even got a lot of people in this situation wondering, like, how do you turn down this kind of money? And then the worst thing about this whole situation, why the fuck did you put the thing on social media, bruh? Like, you could have conducted a back and forth, like, yo, that's too low. How about you send me this? Eddie Hearn send them back. That's how you negotiate, right? Adrian Broner had no intentions on taking this thing, bruh. He had no intentions on taking this. He wouldn't have not put that shit out there to social media like that. We seen Mikey Garcia get off a deal, but we don't even know what the terms are. Mikey would never do nothing like that. Mikey Garcia would never do nothing like that. 2.3 million a fight, maybe the winner of Horn Spence on the AJ Cupcake card, Britain throwing AB. I understand what you're saying, and it all does sound good, you know what I mean? But, yo, Adrian Broner's been rolling with Al Heyman for a long time. What's happening to my main man, Steven Gannon? What's up, homie? What's up with you, man? What's up with you? Is he even getting half of his opponent's pay? The money is good, but is the payout right? Exactly. And then, most importantly, when the last time we seen Adrian Broner fighting 3 times a year? That's even more. You know, Adrian Broner doesn't, those PBC fighters don't rock like that, bro. Like, you can't just tell them, oh, you fighting this date, this date, this date. That ain't how they've been doing. Yeah, you got a shitty app. But yeah, I've been reading the reviews about that app, man. And it ain't, you know, the Zone is not the most sought after app. It's getting more popular and popular as time goes on. But right now, man, there's some terrible reviews on it. That's the reason why the other day I did a video about, you know, Eddie Hearn wanting to charge $20 for this app. He's got to do better. You know what I mean? He's got to do better. When you come into this American market, we're going to be checking you. You got to do better. If you want us to pull back on Showtime, pull back on HBO, pull back on ESPN, you got to give us top-notch material, bro. It's a scam. It's a Russian scam. What's up, Dr. Dre? What's up with you, man? Yo, he said it's a scam, man. Yeah, I don't know about that. I know it's backed by that Ukrainian billionaire dude, man. And this Perform Group, man, they are on Eddie Hearn's back to get this money together. ESPN app is way better for fight. Not only the ESPN app runs real good. The Showtime app gives me absolutely no problems. The HBO app gives me absolutely no problems. My Fire Stick give me no problems, you know what I'm saying? But the point I'm making is, yo, like, the apps that we already have are already solid. So for Eddie Hearn to bring this DAZN app to us for $20 a month, you got to give us top-notch boxes. And the people that I've heard of these already signed, yo, what are they talking about? Gabriel Rosado, I heard. You know, we ain't heard nothing from this Mikey Garcia offer. We don't know who Eddie's been talking to. So we're going to see. AB should be blasting why he's not throwing his hands also. Yeah, you know, to a lot of people, it doesn't look good for Adrian Broner to turn his deal down when he's coming off a draw and he's coming off of a loss. You know what I mean? So I can understand how people may see this and may say, well, you better take the best offer you can get. Yo, you don't know. You don't know. AB got a lot of moving parts to him, Joe. You know, he gets a lot of different type of income streams. Robbie Garcia said Eddie sent 2 offers and they were still not as good as what Mikey is making on PBC for Easter. God damn. So what is Eddie Hearn doing, man? Like, yo, you can't sit back and try to grab a high caliber, high profile name like Adrian Broner and then run around and say, oh, you know, why I didn't get it. You got to dig deep, bro. You got to dig deep. And that's hats off to Al Heyman for effectively raising the prices of all of his fighters. Because that's what he did. This is the reason why Top Rank was hard to deal with him. And a lot of other promotional companies was hard to deal with the Heyman fighters because he effectively raised the price of them, man. They all making top dollar, yo. You know, more than what they're probably even worth. And so Eddie Hearn has got to understand, going after them PBC fighters is not going to be cheap. Dan Rayfield said Gary Russell got 1.4 plus gate money. God, that's a hell of a good deal. That's a hell of a good deal, legendary boxer. You know how, you know, Gary Russell doesn't fight that often. So for him to get 1.4 and gate money, oh, that's a great deal. You know what I mean? And that is what Al Heyman do for his people. And so Eddie Hearn got to understand, bro, you are picking up boxers that have been treated damn good over the years. And you're going to have to dig deep for you to pull away from the program that they're already involved in, bro. Them little 2.4s and 2.2s, you're going to have to step up the game. What the champion's going to want, though, if Eddie Hearn is offering Adrian Broner $6.7 million, what does he got to offer Keith Thurman or say a Earl Spence if he even thinks he's going to bring him over there? We talking big, big numbers. Because if you're willing to pay for that, for Adrian Broner for that, you're going to have to raise it up, bro. Spence will make the same, and he is his own promoter now, Man Down Promotions. Yeah, hats off to Earl Spence and his whole corner, because Earl Spence has effectively now stepped up and got his own promotional camp, man. Hats off to him. Yo, these fighters are learning. These fighters have been schooled from the school of Mayweather. You know what I mean? These dudes know they are taking more charge of their careers, and they are not going to allow these promoters to come through and give them crap deals. Spencer, yeah, I heard Spence move units big time down there in Texas, man. Yo, looking forward to that him and Ocampo fight that's on the horizon. Yo, Earl Spence's name is rising with a bullet, yo. I mean, real talk. It's rising with a bullet. It's to the point now here on YouTube. Yo, if you speak ill of Earl Spence, I feel bad for you, yo, because the supporters are coming after your ass, bro. Real talk, man. Yeah, man. So hats off to Earl Spence, man. Earl Spence is really making a name for himself. And see, that's what I'm saying. If Eddie Hearn is going to think about getting fighters like of that caliber, this dude got his own promotional company growing. He's growing that market down there in Texas, man. Yo, that's not going to be cheap. And I hope Eddie got the pockets to pull these type of fighters, because in order for him to get $20 per subscriber, yo, you're going to need your Earl Spence's, Keith Thurman's, Adrian Bronner's. You're going to need all of them, bruh. Basically, in a nutshell, Eddie Hearn wants to be the new Lou DiBella. Let's just be honest. He wants to be the new Lou DiBella. I don't think nearly right now it's nearly important enough for him to lock these guys in promotional agreements. You know what I mean? It's more like, yeah, I see that, Valentin. It's more like he wants them on the network right now, just at least to please these people. You know what I mean? That's why he's like, yo, I'll give you a one fight deal. I'll let you fight on a slot. Whatever you need. You want a slot, you can just fight. But Eddie Hearn has been so far unsuccessful here in America with his promotional endeavors, man. Yeah, I seen that, man. David Benavidez did do that. Yeah, he was down with PBC before he was down with Top Ranks, man. Sean Isaacs, my main man, Sean Isaacs. I told him I would give him a special shout out. Shout out to my main man, Sean Isaacs, man. Hopkins versus Tony, who wins in their prime? It disappeared on me. I think you said Hopkins versus Tony, who wins in their prime. I got to go with Tony, bro. That Philly shell defense was just too much, man. Well, just way too much. The defense of Tony, the slickness of Tony, the ability to stand right there in front of you and not be hit at his size, I'm rocking with Tony, bro. His counter punching was solid. Don't get me wrong. B-Hop was a bad man, but I got to rock with James Toney, bro. That was just my dude. Yeah, man. It's all love, Sean. It's all love, man. But yeah, man. But back to this, though, man. So I hope Eddie Hearn succeed. Look, all of us fight fans want to see Eddie Hearn succeed, man. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. But we want to see Eddie Hearn succeed in a way. For one, he's not gouging the fans. And for two, that he's giving us the fights that we want to see. If he's not doing either one of those, he's not going to succeed here in America, man. And that's just being honest, man. That's just being real. So we'll see how that rocks out, man. But, yo, man, not everyone. Many hopes he failed. I hear you, Sean. Yeah, anybody who's hoping that Eddie Hearn fails, I mean, yo, y'all got to be tripping. I mean, you can't call this. We want to see the best fight the best. We don't give a damn who's promoting it. You know what I mean? I just want to see the best fight the best. I know, right? Yeah, y'all AJ fans, man. Y'all losing a lot of credibility with this $50 million deal offer, man. Yo, he asked for it. You know what I'm saying? Yo, he asked for it. But yeah, man, I don't want to see none of these entities fail, man. I don't want to see PBC fail. I don't want to see Showtime. I don't want to see HBO. I don't want to see none of them fail, bro. Because at the end of the day, we just want to see good fights, man. You just want to see good fights. And truth be told, you know, with these wars that's going on with these promotional companies right now, and they're lining themselves up with these streaming apps, at first I thought this was a good thing because, you know, competition usually drives down price. But however, man, like, right now, man, I'm thinking it might set up more politics because think about it, man. If a fighter is already exclusively aligned with ESPN and then you got another guy exclusively aligned with Showtime, how are these guys going to make fights? When you got somebody exclusively aligned with DAZN and they're exclusively, I mean, in order for them to make these fights, these names got to be big. And that's the thing that's scaring me, man. That's the thing that's scaring me. You know what I mean? So I don't want to see none of them fail, man. Real talk. I don't want to see none of them fail. And neither should y'all, man. Neither should y'all. Y'all. If y'all don't like Eddie Hearn, that's one thing. If y'all don't like Al Heyman, that's one thing. But that got nothing to do with the fighters, yo. We here to watch the fighters, not the promoters. Let's not forget that. We here to watch the fighters and not the promoters. But I want to go back on this Deontay Wilder situation one last time before we move on to something else. Yo, pull up, bruh. Just pull up, please. You know what I'm saying? While the man is in the country, pull up, man. We talking boxing. Shout out to my main man, MBT, man. What up with you, bro? Hey, loving the vids, man. Please keep them coming, man. Please keep them coming, man. Real talk. I know you're looking forward to that Jeff Horn Terrence Crawford fight. Yo, we getting close. We getting close, man. We getting close to that Jeff Horn Terrence Crawford fight. Really looking forward to this, man. I've been seeing some recent pictures of Terrence Crawford, and yo, he has bulked up. He looking solid, man. And not to mention, I seen some recent pictures of my main man, Kell Brook. Hey, yo, y'all see Kell Brook at 154 now? Yo, Kell Brook is weighing at 154, man. Real talk. Will Horn last 10 rounds? Will Horn? I don't know. I don't know. I truly don't know, man. He too little? Yeah, I mean, MBT, you saying Terrence Crawford too little? Oh, hold up, bruh. Hold up. I ain't catch that. You saying Terrence Crawford is too little? I think not. What's up with you, Slord? What's up with you, bruh? I appreciate you for sliding through, man. I really do. Hey, yo, Terrence Crawford and Jeff Horn is going to be the freaking fight, man. Yo, you got the boxing IQ of Terrence Bud Crawford versus the rugged physicality of Jeff Horn, man. Woo! Yeah, Sean, we got fights coming every weekend from here on out. But this Terrence Crawford Jeff Horn fight, yo, I'm not overly convinced. You know, I know Terrence Crawford, to me, he's the favorite going into this fight, but I don't know what he looks like at welterweight, man. I don't know how he handles his power. You know, I seen his physique as of lately, though, bro. Hey, Terrence Crawford is looking good. He looking solid. He looking like he went welterweight, very good. So if the power is with Terrence Crawford going up to this welterweight division, Jeff Horn is going to have serious problems, bruh. Serious problems. Serious problems, man. You know what I mean? So we'll see, man. I think Terrence Bud Crawford is going to definitely edge this fight out. But, yo, I am really looking forward to it, man. And then after Terrence Crawford gets Jeff Horn out the way, if he gets Jeff Horn out the way, yo, it's nothing going to be but big fights for Terrence Crawford at welterweight. And I'm dying to see how he moves, man. Everybody's already prematurely talking about him and Earl Spence. Yo, there's a lot of names before he may get. If him and Earl Spence go at each other very soon and they just say, you know what, forget Keith Thurman, forget Danny Garcia, forget Showtime Sean Porter, we the young bloods, let's make it happen. Man, that would be nothing but commendable to Terrence Crawford and Earl Spence Jr., man. And I could see them two doing something like that, real talk. I could definitely see that happening. What y'all talking about? Jose Ramirez fighting a bum that was ranked 90. Y'all talking about Jose Ramirez. I like Ramirez, man. Ramirez is nice, man. Hey, yo, who y'all got for this upcoming Showtime Sean Porter versus Danny Garcia if they make it happen? We know they'll probably be going to purse bid. What is supposed to be Friday, right? Who y'all think who gonna pull that out, man? That's going to be an interesting clash of styles right there, where you got the aggressive Sean Porter coming up against Danny Garcia and his counterpunching ability. Yo, that's going to be one hell of a fight. Sean says Garcia. Yo, it's Garcia. I think he handles pressure where he has a very good chin, man. And, you know, it's Yo, man, MBT Boxing, thank you for the super chat, my friend. $30 super chat. Good, man. Hats off to MBT Boxing. Please, everybody, please go and subscribe to MBT Boxing, man. Yo, been a good supporter of mine for a long time, and I got nothing, I repeat, nothing but love for him. And I will always remember the call heard around the world of he being the one on YouTube, being the one that put it out there that Jeff Horn was going to stop beat Manny Pacquiao. I will never forget that, MBT, and I will never forget you, bro. I really appreciate it. But, yeah, man, the Porter fight, man. Like, yo, that's going to be a hell of a fight. Interesting clash of styles, my man. Like, I truly think that Showtime Sean Porter and Danny Garcia style is just going to make for an exciting fight. You think Garcia is hungrier after his loss, but I think time is close for fight for Porter. Yeah, man. I mean, he's definitely hungry, and he has to keep that name up because another loss, even though he took that loss to Keith Thurman, right now ain't good for Danny Garcia. It ain't good. Question is, yo, and there's talk of this. You know, y'all see Danny Garcia's social media. He's looking like he's softening up, meaning that the rich lifestyle, you know that old saying, it's always harder to get out of the bed to train on silk sheets. Yo, that rich lifestyle, man, I'm hoping it ain't softening up Garcia, man, because his willingness to fight doesn't seem there. You know, he's not, you know, I see what Angel's talking about, but I don't hear what Danny's talking about. It's like the willingness to want to take this fight. I don't know if it's there. You know what I mean? I see Kenny Porter everywhere. I see Sean Porter everywhere. Where the hell is Danny Garcia? I even see Angel Garcia. I hope we get this fight, man. I hope we get this fight. And I think we will. I think we will. It just makes sense. The winner of that fight, the winner of, say, I don't know, maybe Jeff Horn and Terrence Crawford, I don't know how this is going to work out. But I just know, man, the welterweight division need to get it together because Earl Spence Jr. needs a dance partner. Real talk. Yeah, man, that's what I'm saying. Earl Spence Jr. needs a dance partner, man. And truth be told, like, yeah, y'all see that video I did a couple vids back, and we talked about Earl Spence upcoming opponents, man. I will run to see him against the other champions and the guys they may want to put him up against. Garcia looked like garbage against washed up Bam Bam. He did. I don't know if he carried him for a few rounds, but he didn't look that stellar against Bam Bam, man. That's anybody. I agree. Look, you won't hear no argument from me, legendary boxer, man. What Earl Spence Jr. has done is superb. He beat Kell Brook. He turned around and beat Lamont. I would love to see Earl Spence Jr. versus Omar Figueroa. That's just the fight that I want to see because I know it's going to be fireworks galore. Oh, you going to the Tevin Farmer versus Billy Deer fight? Farmer's going to get a rare stoppage. Yeah, you know, Farmer don't have that much power, man. Yo, I'm hoping that Tank Davis definitely gets the winner of that fight right there. Tank Davis is, you know, him and Tevin Farmer got that beef going back way back. So I would love to see it. Yeah, Dibb has been, yo, where the hell has even Billy Dibb been, man? Like, I ain't seen Billy Dibb in so long. Last thing I heard, he was fighting, like, underground fights or something crazy like that, man. Where the hell has he been? Has he been injured? Like, where the hell has Billy Dibb been? I stopped checking for him, man. Real talk. But I want Tank Davis versus Tevin Farmer. I also want Tank Davis versus Machado, man. I think Tank Davis versus Machado, to me, to be honest with you, it may take a bit precedence over the Tevin Farmer fight, mainly because of that WBA mix. I mean, that mix up with the title that they doing. Machado thought he was the super champion, and it turns out that Tank Davis is the super champion. So guess what, man? I think they should go ahead and settle that issue, Joe. Tank Davis versus Machado, man. Alberto Machado will be one hell of a fight. And then the winner of that go on and maybe face the winner of the Tevin Farmer and Billy Dibb fight. I think that'd be a good deal. That's fucked up. Yeah, Billy Dibb be on. I don't know where the hell Billy Dibb been at MBT. Billy Dibb just fell off the map on us, man. Real talk. People just stopped checking for him. He cross-eyed. Yo, Tevin is way cross-eyed, man. You know what I mean? But I like Tevin Farmer, man. He's a trooper. And the way he pulled up on Tank in that confrontation that they had, man, you got to give him kudos, man. I want to see that fight, but I definitely want to see them settle what goes down between Tank Davis and Alberto Machado. That should be happening very soon, man. Hey, yo, how did y'all like that Gary Russell versus JoJo Diaz fight, man? Did y'all enjoy that? I was in the building for that. It was a very interesting fight, man. Billy Dibb is training with Jeff. Okay, good. That's good, man. I hope Billy Dibb, because his inactivity, man, I hope he's going to be looking good, man. I agree, man. Machado definitely deserves that fight. I mean, the WBA with that dumb mix-up that they did, bro, like, they should have been much more crystal clear. And to tell Machado, like, no, man, you are not the super champion. You are the regular champion because, you know, it was a big mix-up. And now Tank literally won the title. He's the WBA super champion from beating, what's my guy, the 22, what was it, Quayla. Beats this 122-pound fighter for the WBA super title. That's why I said it doesn't look right. And I think they need to settle that, man. Tevin Farmer. Y'all need to leave Tevin Farmer alone, man. He cool dude, man. Him and Tank gonna be a hell of a fight. A guy coming up after loss. Yeah, man. So, yo, Gary Russell Jr. is talking about possibly going to 130 also, man. That will make that division even more deep. You want to interview him? Yeah, all right, MBT. But, yeah, man, I want to see it. So, hopefully, you know, Tank Davis, man, him and Machado can definitely get it on, man. It'll be good. Well, he's trying to fight for that A-side, legendary boxer. He really is going for that A-side. Y'all know remember how it went down when Tank lost the title on the scales, he even was still treating Tevin Farmer like, yo, he still was going to be the B-side, this, that, and the third. So, you know, Tevin just talking that talk because he's trying to get as much cash or trying to get as much leverage over the fight as he can, given that Tank Davis was stripped. But, yo, I think when the opportunity really presents itself, I think Tevin's going to take it. Because if not, it's not going to look good, bro. And besides, who else is there for Tevin really to fight of name recognition down at 130? You don't think Tevin gonna take the fight, legendary? Okay, well we'll see, man. If he don't take that fight, bro, yo, it's gonna look terrible, man, and everybody's gonna be calling that out. Yeah, but hey, you talked your way into this. Tevin, you pulled up on Tank Davis last I remember. You can't pull up and then talk about you don't want no fight. Nah, bruh. I think what Tevin is doing is just trying to play himself for A side if he wins that title. So I'm gonna give him that leverage on that. But I'm telling you, he better not turn this shit down. Yeah, man. But the dude was dirty though, MBT. You know, remember he popped up dirty also. So on top of the dude, yeah, I mean, on top of that, he was dirty. I mean, he was aggressive that fight, bro. He was walking Tevin down in the later portions of that fight. Yo, Tevin was kind of getting pieced up towards the end of that fight, man. Yeah, he was dirty. He was on PEDs, man. So he deserves to be stripped. And I'm glad they did what they did to that dude. He deserved to be stripped. And he deserved to be banned. We just heard about Eric Molina popping up dirty. Also, they talking about giving him a 2-year ban, man. But they let this dude go and fight since 2016 to today, and he got caught back in 2016 after the Joshua fight, and yet Eric Molina was still freaking fighting. Yeah, yeah, I'm glad they did that. That was the right call by them. That Japanese dude was filthy, man. He came over here, man, and he almost knocked Tevin's other out of the other way, man. Real talk. He ate some tacos. He fucking with that Canelo stuff, man. Definitely off that Canelo meat, man. Off that Povetkin. Yeah, real talk. Yo, he was turned up messing with them fruity snacks, man. Yo, it's sad, man. It really is sad. So I'm glad Tevin Farmer was able to redeem himself. You know what I mean? Yo, Tevin been through a lot. He done been shot at. Yo, this dude done been through a whole bunch of stuff. So before he gets into the ring with Tank, let's just make sure Tevin Farmer can make it to the ring with Tank. You know what I mean? So let me ask y'all this question. And I know this is a generalization and I hate dealing with him, but it is what it is. Tank Davis versus Vasil Lomachenko at 135. You know, Vasil Lomachenko, let me just say this about this pound for pound argument, by the way. Because it's really subjective, and I'm not going to tell you if he's number one or not. But I'm going to say this, bro. You said Tank can hurt Loma. Loma ain't a god. Yeah, not super. Yo, I think Tank needs about 1 or 2 more fights. Give it 2 more fights. I'm listening to Tank talk, and he said next year he wants to fight 4 times before he looks to step up. The problem is with me in that Tank and Loma situation, it's not so much a skill thing. It's that Tank don't even believe it. And if he don't even believe it, how the heck are we gonna believe it? Tank is even state like indicating himself that he ain't ready. So for him to act like that, bro, I gotta rock with Tank on this and say, yo, if Tank feel as though he ain't ready, then clearly he must not be ready. I don't know what it is about Vasil Lomachenko, man, that scares Tank so much. Like the angles are dangerous, the hand speed is dangerous, but Tank got, man, effective power. He's really elusive, man. He can walk you down. He got real good head movement. Man, I wish he, wake up from that. He also said he won't want to fight East or Gary. He needs to get smacked. Yeah, man. Yo, Tank, look, bro, you got to step up, man. Like, don't get me wrong. I understand what he be saying about Floyd and the whole Floyd situation, but Tank got to understand, man, there's a lot of eyes and ears on him, man, especially from this area where I'm from. And we do want to see him step up, man, because you can't be champion and then walk around and say, oh, I need 4 more fights to kind of grow into my own. You can't do that, bro. Can't do that. Yeah, man. And Tank gonna be all right, man. But I think honestly, he's fighting at a weight that he shouldn't be fighting at. I think he deserves to be up at 35. When he says that he doesn't want to fight Robert Easter Jr. or those guys or Gary Russell Jr., man, I think there's a bit. I don't know about the Gary Russell, but I know with Robert Easter, he real tight with Robert Easter Jr., man. So he feels as though that Floyd kind of put that out there just to kind of start some crap between him and that camp, man. It's all just smoke and mirrors, man. Real talk. But Tank gonna have to step it up. Him and Gary Russell Jr. actually would be a good fight. If Gary Russell Jr. went up to 130, y'all heard what Gary Russell said. I'm down to fight anybody whose last name ain't Russell. You know what I mean? Simple and Simon. Tank stops Gary? Yeah, possibly. We'll see. I mean, Gary a tough dude. Y'all see them body shots that Jojo Diaz was digging on Gary, man. And for Gary to eat them joints up and still make it through that 12-round fight, man, I was really, really impressed. Gary's conditioning is second to none, bro. Yeah, Tank is way bigger. Yeah, Tank is way bigger. But, yo, so was Jojo Diaz, man. Jojo Diaz, Sean, was huge in that fight. So my thing is, if Gary can handle that, man, I think, man, him and Tank would be one hell of a fight, man. Jojo Diaz was huge. That's what I mean. People got to understand, man. Like, when I did that Leo Santa Cruz video the other day, I was trying to talk from a perspective that, yo, he's been in there with big fighters. A fighter that digged him to the body for majority of the fight. So if that dude couldn't do it, what makes you think you can do it? Yo, Gary Russell's conditioning is solid. Regis Prograis versus Loma. Hell nah. Yo, that would be one heck of a fight too, bro. Regis Prograis versus Loma. Yeah, but the Loma ain't going up to 140. Loma gonna be at 35 for at least the next couple more years, I believe. Yeah, Diaz don't got the power, man. But yo, the way he was, the size he was, and the leverage he was getting on them punches, man, bruh, you could have heard them Jones. You was hearing them echo throughout the arena, bruh. Real talk. 26 and off a lot. Yeah, yo, there's been some talk about Loma about he's breezing through these weight classes and he ain't cleaning out these weight classes. You know, man, I like to see him clean out a class. Maybe he cleans out 35. Yeah, man. Yeah, he's only a once a year fighter with Gary, but I do believe that. Let's just say, like Leo Santa Cruz fought this summer, and Leo came back out and said, "Hey, I want to see Gary Russell Jr. in September." I think Gary Russell Jr. takes that fight, bro. I understand he only fight once a year, and we barely see Gary Russell. And I just recently learned about his hand problems, man. People got to understand Gary has bad hand problems. You know, I think he comes back. After shitting all over Loma with a replacement fight. Yeah, man. I mean, look, Loma to me has earned my respect. I ain't got no problems with Lomachenko. When he beat Jorge Linares, man, like I had tremendous respect for Jorge Linares. Him and Beltran is going to be one hell of a fight. I'm hoping Mikey and Easter get it on. Then after that, all the titles on the line. Mikey versus Vasil Lomachenko, man. That's what we need. We need that fight. We need Mikey Garcia versus Vasil Lomachenko for undisputed up at 135. If we can get that, ladies and gentlemen, that would be amazing. The thing is, Mikey Garcia versus Loma would be an interesting fight because we all know Mikey ain't full of special effects. He does nothing super good, super great. But his jab is so potent. His punch selection is so good. He knows how to bring you down to his pace so well. You know, Lomachenko is a high-paced fighter. He likes to move. He likes to get in and out. If Mikey can tame him and slow him down, corner him, I'm telling y'all, man, Loma's going to have some problems. Mikey is way bigger. Mikey, to me, has a much more effective jab, and he can tame you with just the jab. When he beat Adrian Bronner, he tamed Bronner with the jab. Bronner was all in the mixing bowl because Mikey was just slapping him around with the jab. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. It's not about being biased, Sean. You got to keep it real, bro. Like Lomachenko, I'm not taking nothing away from him. You know what I mean? Lomachenko is a good fighter. But yet and still, Mikey is a good fighter too. You know what I mean? You can't take away the type of fighter that Mikey is. And Mikey's jab is, to me, the most potent jab from 135 to 140. There's no jab better in the game. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, there's no jab better in the game, man. And if Loma goes up and he does that, he will be, without a doubt, #1 pound for pound fighter. No doubt about it. Loma lost to Uber driver Salido, who had 12 losses. Yeah, man. But Loma also beat my main man, Gary Russell. That was another way that he assumed a lot of respect from me by him beating Gary Russell. And I heard Gary Russell's excuses. I heard him what he said, the sauna, the weight drain. I got all that. But yet he still did it. He still did it. Do you think we've already seen the best of Keith Thurman, or do you think he's going to come back and tear shit up? I think he's going to come back and tear shit up. You know what I mean? Look here, bro. I'm not like most people it is on Keith Thurman, man. Look, man. If he wants to go off, stay with his wife, kids, do whatever, live the good life for a little bit, fine by me. Just let the belts go. You know what I'm saying? Fine by me. Just let the belts go. Let these dudes fight and come back to your rightful place. I have no problem whatsoever with that. But I'm going to tell y'all something like this, man. I think the only fighter, to me, as of today, that effectively gives Earl Spence any sort of competition, stylistically wise, I think is Keith One-Time Thurman. Though Keith One-Time Thurman is weak to the body, and we know the body shots that he received from Luis Collazo and Showtime Sean Porter, I think that the movement of Keith One-Time Thurman, the fact that he's always thinking in that ring, I think he will pose to me, as of today, the greatest risk to Earl Spence Jr. I think Earl Spence Jr. has a much more easier time with Sean Porter. I think he has a much more easier time with Danny Garcia. Or you think Crawford? I got to see Crawford. The only reason I didn't include Crawford is because I got to see what he does at welterweight. Thurman is done. I ain't ready to say Thurman is done, man. Like, Thurman got to prove to me in the ring that he's done. Like, you can't come off beating the #1 and #2 contenders at your weight class and then say, yo, I don't know. Thurman's life is a vacation. Yeah, Thurman on some Yanni shit right now, bro. Like, he's sitting around on the beach playing flutes and dealing with his wife, man. And, they probably got the little snake coming out of the little basket and all that shit. Like, they on some other shit right now.
Am I the meanest?
Real talk, man. So we'll see how that goes.
The prettiest.
You know what I mean? Sorry about that. A little phone call. Just want to shut that down for a minute. I'll bet you for the rest of his career, he'll never have a win as good as Garcia and Porter. The only other win that he can possibly get, other than Garcia and Porter, unless he's talking about going up to 54, is even Spencer Crawford. So that's all we really want to see from Keith One Time Thurman. I did not want to see a rematch of him and Porter. I wouldn't have minded a rematch between him and Danny, but I definitely didn't want to see him and Porter again. I want to see Keith Thurman go off and do new things, man. Porter should be banned from boxing. Yeah, Porter is who he is, man. Y'all know how he fights. He's a rugged dude. Yeah, but I think, honestly, man, that Keith Thurman, he's going to come back. I'm willing to give him some time. As long as he relinquishes the belts, I'm willing to give him some time. But I'm going to tell y'all something like this. If Keith Thurman come back and win the belts that he let go, a lot of people going to be eating their words, man. I'm not ready to count Keith out yet. Man. So I think a lot of people, man, it's really premature to count Keith One Time Thurman out, man. Yeah, I like watching Porter fight too, yo. Hey, Porter coming in with headbutts, low blows. He might bite you. He might scratch you. Yo, Porter be all over the place, man. Real talk. Yeah. You don't like Porter Legendary? Yeah, Porter be on some other shit. But you know what? Him and Earl Spence, that clash of styles, that would be one hell of a clash. Earl Spence wants to walk him down, wants to be aggressive, go down to that body. Yo, him and Showtime Sean Porter, that would be real entertaining to watch. That would be real entertaining to watch, man. Real talk. Ward is one of the greatest boxers to ever live. Yo, they talking about Andre Ward. They trying to lure him out of retirement to fight Tony Bellew, right? That would be a hell of a fight, Joe. Tony Bellew and Andre Ward, especially an inactive Andre Ward. That would give Tony Bellew just a better chance. But, don't count Ward out. Ward probably still in the gym, staying sharp. He probably going down to the gym to see Virgil every other day, staying in fight shape. Ward is just that type of dude. I'm not doing that, Sean. I'm not doing that. You know what I mean? But with Ward and Bellew, man, I definitely pay good money to see that fight. What y'all think about this Tyson Fury, Safari, whatever his name is? You know what I mean? Like, what y'all think gonna happen with that? Won't be easy. But see, Ward was saying he wanted to go all the way up to heavyweight at one time, right? I mean, I don't know, man. Ward was saying he wanted to go all the way up to heavyweight, so fighting a cruiserweight in Tony Bellew, I don't know. I think Ward been sitting out of the ring, man. He been putting on some weight. He been putting on more muscle. Who knows, man? Ward might come back looking like the Incredible Hulk on their ass. Yeah. Ward is a thinker, man. Ward is a thinker. He said you don't want your boy killed. Who you talking about? Tony Bellew? I know you're a big Bellew fan, man. I like Bellew, man. But Bellew be talking up a gang of stuff, man. Hey, look here, man. Triple G need to go ahead and take that Deryevchenko fight too, man. Real talk. Triple G need to take that Deryevchenko fight. Get that IBF Mando out the way. Why is this dude fighting in court for this shit? Just get it out the way, bro. You just fought Vanes Monterosen. Fight Deryevchenko and then go after the Canelo fight. Yeah, Ward better stay away from Usyk. Yeah, man. He better stay away from Usyk. At the O2, yeah, I see Ward doing it, man. But Ward gonna try to break the bank on him, man. So I'm gonna tell you right now, Eddie Hearn gonna have to dig deep in his pocket if he wants to bring Andre Ward out of retirement, Joe. And you know how Andre Ward get down. He ain't gonna let nobody bully him. He ain't gonna let nobody tell him nothing. Eddie Hearn gonna have to dig deep in his pocket to bring out Ward. But you know, Bellew's confidence is riding a million right now after those 2 Hay wins, man. I thought he just breed up a damaged fighter, and David Hay needs to retire. I don't know what the hell Richard Schaefer's talking about. I'm going to talk to him and see what he wants to do. That shouldn't even be nothing to talk about, bro. Get out of the sport. You know what I mean? Ward with school Usyk? I think so too, dog. I ain't many fighters I can see schooling Ward, bro. Like Ward and Usyk will be one hell of a fight. I don't see that many fighters schooling Ward. Bellew is the number 4 heavyweight. Facts. Yeah, that's why Tyson Fury is calling him out. Look, man, we ain't going to be giving Tyson Fury all of these cruiserweight passes, yo. His big ass ain't going to be running around here beating on cruiserweights and thinking he's doing something. Real talk. Tyson Fury, step your ass up to heavyweight. You want to fight bums, that's cool. But you ain't got to fight cruiserweights, bro. Like, he's calling out Tony Bellew like we really into... Nah, man. Nah, Yeah, if Bellew beats Ward in Fury, yo, you got nothing but you can't give him nothing but respect. You know what I mean? You got to give him nothing but respect, man. Hey, did y'all see Kevin Cunningham? He's lining up with Robert Easter Jr. now. I hope he brings a new element to Robert Easter Jr.'s game plan, Joe. Robert Easter Jr. need to get out of that fighting small mentality. He needs to fight long. He needs to fight big, man. And hopefully Kevin Cunningham is going to show him a different aspect to his game. You know what I mean? Because, yo, this Robert Easter Jr. Mikey Garcia fight, if it goes down, man, I don't like Robert Easter Jr.'s chances, man. Real talk. I truly don't. And I'm a major fan of Robert. But he got to work on some things. And he cannot get into these close encounter fights, you know, all the time. He got to work behind that jab. He got to use his foot movement. He has that Paul Williams-like frame. You know what I mean? Like, bro, you got to use that, man. And hopefully, I hope Kevin Cunningham can show him properly how to use that because he's going to need that against Mikey. Real talk. He's going to definitely need that against Mike. Man, but yeah, man, Tony Bellew, Andre Ward, be a hell of a fight. Yeah, Paul Williams fought inside, but he didn't go to that fighting style like it's almost instinctively of Robert Easter Jr. It's like, you know, if he's fighting a certain kind of way, he just goes to it. And he allows these little fighters to get close up on him like that, man. He makes these fights way more harder than they have to be. If he goes in there with a much better game plan, he can make these fights way more easy, you know, for himself. I think Jermell Charlo is going to do better than Jamal Charlo against Austin Trout. That's going to be the measure. That's going to be the measure. But we all know what we want to see. We want to see Jared Swift Hurd versus Jermell Charlo. You know, I see Jared Swift Hurd calling out my main man, Kell Brook. And we hear crickets coming from the Kell Brook side of the camp. See, Kell Brook got to understand, man. You can't come over here running your mouth. You want to fight this fight or that fight. And then Hurd is like, yo, I'm offering you 2 belts. And Kell Brook won't do nothing. Yeah, Ward is making movies. Oh, that's what's up. Yeah, I heard he doing that Contender show now. Yeah, Ward is set financially. So, hey, look, that's what I'm saying. If you want Ward to come back and fight, bro, you gonna have to break the bank. Period. What the hell happened to Kid Chocolate? Yeah, I don't know what the hell happened to Kid Chocolate. I seen Kid. Don't I thought he supposed to be having a fight coming up. Stopped checking for Peter Quillen a long time ago. I stopped checking for Peter Quillen after the Daniel Jacobs fight, and he started showing us that he was all about the money. Oh, Quillen versus J. Leon Love. Oh, okay. That's going to be, I guess, a decent fight. If I ain't got nothing to do, I'll catch it. It's not a fight that I'm, you know, Peter Quillen really, you know, disappointed me, man. I've been very, very, very disappointed in Peter Quillen because Peter Quillen had all the potential in the world, bro. Like, he had all the talent and potential in the world. And then he started to kind of remind his fans, oh, I'm only in it for the money. It's like he was happy to be that way. And that's what kind of turned me off to Peter Quillen. He started letting him, oh, why would I? He's that type of guy who would take that Angel Garcia mentality. Why would we fight this guy for this money when we can fight a soccer? That's the type of person that Peter Quillen is, man. And fighters like that, I tune out. Real talk. I like a fighter to be a fighter. And I don't know what the hell Peter Quillen is. Real shit. Real shit. Yeah, man, but we hope Ward come back, man. You know, I would love to see Ward come back. Him and Tony Bellew, I think that would be one good of a fight. He didn't want to fight his Russian man. Yeah, man, Peter Quillen, man, I don't know what's up with him. It's almost like, yo, he got some sort of injury that he hides, you know what I mean, or something going on with him, and he don't want to take punishment, you know what I mean? And I get it. It's like whenever he even gets punched, like remember in the Daniel Jacobs fight when he tried to jump on Daniel Jacobs and Daniel Jacobs hurt him, his eyes got all big, he was all like scared and shit. Like Peter Quillen is like almost to a fact he don't want to get hurt, and you know what I'm saying. And it's like that fear of getting hurt to me, it's like I don't know, it just makes him want to go after money. Not small award. Yeah, man. I want to. What's up with Bellew ducking Usyk though? I do. He didn't want to get into the World Boxing Super Series because he thought he was the biggest star cruiserweight. So if that is the case, Tony Bellew, why don't you fight Usyk? That would be a hell of a good fight. No fan base in England. Yeah, that's true. That's very true. But yo, man, he's calling out Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury and Tony Bellew is just not a fight that I really want to see, man. I don't really want to see that fight like that, man. I want to see Tyson Fury get back to fighting heavyweights. I don't want to see this dude just be racking up cruiserweight victories, man, and acting like he's doing a lot of stuff. Nah, bro, that's not my deal. It's not my deal. I'm a big fan of Tyson Fury, and I'm going to be watching to see what he looked like against this Safari dude, you know what I mean, which poses no threat. He's a majority cruiserweight, you know what I mean? People didn't know who Usyk was until the World Boxing Super Series. I agree. Well, Usyk has now raised his profile big time. You know what I mean? So maybe that will lure Tony Bellew into a fight. Tony Bellew, man, is going to be end up running out of contenders pretty soon. He's going to end up having to call out Dillian White. Garcia versus Porter, who you got? Whoo! You know, we just got finished talking about that. But if I had to make a decision, God damn, who do I got? Garcia or Porter? Just off the top of my head, I'm going to rock with Garcia. But Porter has a hell of a good chance at victory. I mean, I think the counter punching of Garcia, man, you know, and the aggressiveness of Porter it's going to be an interesting clash. Shout out to my main man, Blood Boxing. Blood Boxing Returns is in the building. Yo, bro, appreciate that good word that you gave me last night. You know what I mean? You know it's always going to be all love between me and you, Blood. Always. You know what I mean? For those who have not, please go subscribe to Blood. You know what I mean? Yo, one of the best YouTubers here that talk this boxing shit. Real talk. Usyk went like 10 hard rounds with Michael Hunter, who was coming off a 1-year layoff. Yeah, but still, man. Like, yo, man, Usyk, man, and Tony Bellew, though, dog. Like, that's just an interesting clash of styles. Blood's the first channel I ever subbed to 3 years ago. Yeah, he was definitely one of the first that I found here on YouTube. I rarely miss a Blood show. Like, I rarely miss a Blood show. I might not catch him when he live, but I'll catch him later on throughout the day. Blood is the dude, bro. What's next for Saddam Ali? I don't know what's next for Saddam Ali, man. But clearly, yo, I don't know who was looking over Saddam Ali by putting him in the ring with Jaime Munguia. This dude came in this thing looking like a version of Drago or something, man. They shouldn't have put that dude in the ring with him, man. They knew damn well that dude was going to destroy him, man. You know, man. I hope Saddam go back down to welterweight. Truth be told, Hassan. I hope he goes back down to welterweight where he truly belongs. He does not belong at the 154-pound division. He schemed and he conned out a title from Miguel Cotto. He should have never been there. You know, these fighters got to start eating their pride, bro. If Saddam Ali would have won that title, right, and then vacated and went back down to welterweight with that momentum behind him, he would have did good things at welterweight, I thought. Jonathan Fox. Bob Arum is saving Alvarado for Manny. Yeah, yo, speaking of Manny, yo, Manny versus Matisse is right on the horizon also, right? Yo, that's a good fight, man. That's going to be an interesting fight. There's been several conflicting reports out about that particular fight. One report saying that there's some funny money going on, and then Manny comes out the very next day like, yo, it's fake news. So I don't know what's going on. We know how every time Manny likes to make a fight, you know, there's always some type of things going on in the background with somebody trying to set him up. So I don't know. I heard it was a postponed, and I hear it wasn't because Manny corrected the record. I don't know. All I know is whenever Manny's trying to make a fight on his own, there's always some crap, man. Real talk. So, yeah, Manny did say the fight is on. That's what I heard too, Hawker. Like, I hope they do it. You know what I mean? I hope they do it. I like Manny, man. Like, I think Manny gets a bad rap, for real, man. He fights his ass off. It's time to hang him up. I feel you, Jonathan. I think it's time. If he's not going to some of the PBC fighters, I ain't seen that yet. And if he's making fights with guys like Lucas Matisse, I was very disappointed in Manny for not taking the Jeff Horn rematch. Very, very disappointed in Manny. I really wouldn't, because Manny versus Kell Brook, I don't know if they'll do that, but Manny versus Amir Khan, which they've been trying to do for years, it'll work. I heard this fight actually got invicted from our government. Well, that's a good sign, lad. That's a good sign. Because, you know, we remember that was the one thing that dogged between him and Amir Khan. Bob Arum stated that fight was no good because the government of Dubai wasn't involved. Manny don't need her. Manny is a legend with on his own. Blood Boxing, I'm pretty sure your position is like, yo, Manny is a big enough star. What the hell does he need Eddie Hearn for? You know what I mean? Truth be told, yeah, MP Promotions, man. Manny Pacquiao Promotions should be doing his own thing at this point. Manny only makes $2 million a fight now. Yeah, well, he need to get the hell out of boxing because that's embarrassing. You don't go from $20 million a fight. You don't go from $25 million a fight, $30 million a fight to $2 million a fight, bro. Like, real talk. I mean, you know, Manny has been rocking with Bob so long. We don't know what kind of situation that Bob got Manny under. They've been going back and forth in the public. You know, Bob, you know, he's not totally taking his grips out of Manny, man. Though Manny is promoting this, supposedly promoting this event, Bob has still got the TV rights. Like Bob is one way or another going to continuously eat off this dude, man. He made 7.6 million in his last fight. You talking about Pacquiao? Yeah, man. I mean, I do want to see Manny do his own thing, man. I want to see Manny promote himself, you know what I mean, in an effective way, like most fighters that of his caliber do at the end of their careers. You ain't see Oscar De La Hoya, you ain't see Floyd, you ain't see Ricky Hatton. These type of caliber fighters have problems promoting themselves after their careers. Real talk, man. Real talk. So yeah, it could be fake news. Y'all know Bob Arum has tried to sabotage Manny Pacquiao in the past. Coming out, he's the first one to run to a camera. Oh, man, he ain't got the money. Oh, the money ain't there. It's like, yo, he be just pressed to go and tell that. So maybe Bob is doing something in the background, man. Real talk. Real talk. Yeah, man, Broner is a promoter. He's a walking promoting machine, and you got to pay him for such. This is the reason, let's not forget, yo, Broner has been turning down figures his whole career. Jay-Z, he turned down Manny Pacquiao. What was that, like 10 million or something like that? He turned that down. You know, he turned down a lot of big numbers because I'm telling you, man, Broner is getting extra checks on the low. Broner be making appearances at clubs. Broner be doing all kinds of shit. He comes out this way, yo, he be at the clubs all the time. And I'm sure he getting paid for that. Hey, I appreciate that, blood. Hey, hey, whenever you ready, my man, I'm always down for that, bro. That would be an honor, man. Real talk. That would really be an honor. I really appreciate you, bro. I want to just say, man, I appreciate everybody. You know what I mean? Like, all my supporters here, man, y'all, those who've been rocking with me, y'all know I'm going to always rock with y'all. You know what I mean? Hands down. Sometimes I do get a little controversial. Sometimes I do say the things that are not most popular. But, yo, I just want y'all to know, man, that, yo, all my positions are genuine. And, sorry if it ain't always the most popular opinion, but, that's just how I just view things. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is, man. Real talk. I got love for each and every one of y'all. Thank y'all for rocking with me. You know what I mean? I'm about to get ready to get out of here, man. I got a basketball game that I'm about to go get on, man. I'm about to go run with these youngsters. Yo, these youngsters think that when you cross 30, that you can't get out there on that basketball court no more, man. Real talk, man. I'm about to show these youngsters, man, what's really good. MBT, thank you, my friend. Thank you once again, man, for the super chat that you donated. I really appreciate each and every one of y'all. I will continue to rock on. Blood Boxing, thank you very much, sir. Shout out to the LDBC. Shout out to every movement out there that's covering boxing, man. Real talk, man. Real. Don't hurt yourself. Hey, yo, you ain't lying, bro. Thank you, blood. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. You ain't lying, bro. Hey, MBT, I can't get injured right now. You know, when you cross that 30 mark, bro, it takes you about 2 months just to get a sprain healed, bro. I can't get injured right now, but I'm about to go show these youngsters what's good on this court. And, yo, whatever boxing news to come out, Mainman Mademan will continue to cover it. Thank you all for your support. Thank you for having coffee with me, and I'll see y'all on the next live stream. Peace out.